Hello everybody and welcome to Arabic with Amina, your online Arabic teacher. In today's video, we are going to be learning about the present and future tenses of Arabic verbs. In Arabic, there are three main tenses for the verbs. We have the present tense, which is al-fi'l al-muḍāri', the past tense, al-fi'l al-māḍi, and the imperative tense, al-fi'l al-amr. The future tense also falls under the present tense. It is not considered a main tense in Arabic. In today's video, we are going to be focusing on the present tense. So what do we mean by present tense? Present tense refers to an action that is currently being done or one that is habitually performed. That means that it is repeated or occurs regularly. In English, we make present tense verbs by adding s to the end of the verb. For example, she owns a bakery. Or by adding ing to the verb, such as they are running. In English, we use the particles is, am, are, such as in our example, they are running. In Arabic, there is no equivalent to these particles. So our sentence in Arabic would just be they running. There's no equivalent or translation for these particles. Now, to explain the present tense verbs, we are going to take the root of the verb, which is the past tense, and our verb is going to be fa'ala, he did. In order to transform this to the present tense, we are going to be needing huruf al-muḍāri'ah, which are present tense letters. The present tense letters are four: alif, noon, ya, and ta. These letters are prefixes, meaning that they are attached to the beginning of the verb. Each one indicates who is doing the verb. Alif refers to the pronoun I or ana. And in order to add this to the verb, we simply add it to the beginning of our verb and it becomes af'al. I am doing. Notice how the vowels change when we are changing from the past tense to the present tense. The letter noon refers to the pronoun we or nahnu. We add it to the beginning of our verb and it becomes naf'al. We are doing. The letter ya is a little bit different. It is a prefix used for more than one pronoun. To say he is doing, we add the prefix ya to the beginning of the verb and it becomes yaf'al. He is doing. As for the pronouns they, whether dual or plural form, they are a little bit different. They follow an additional rule, which we will be talking about near the end of the video. The last letter, ta, is similar to ya. It is used for more than one pronoun. When we add ta to the verb, it becomes taf'al, which refers to you, a male, is doing, or she is doing. The remaining pronouns, you, feminine, dual, and plural forms, follow a slightly different rule, which we will be talking about in just a moment. So a quick recap. We've talked about the present tense letters, which are huruf al-muḍāri'ah, and which pronouns each one is used for. For example, alif refers to the pronoun I or ana. Noon refers to the pronoun nahnu, we. Ya refers to multiple pronouns, he and they, whether dual or plural. And ta also refers to more than one pronoun, you, male or female, dual or plural, and she. But there are some pronouns we said that follow a special rule, which we haven't talked about yet. And those are they, whether it be dual or plural, and you, whether it be feminine, dual, or plural form. Now, the verbs that refer to these pronouns are known as al-Af'al al-Khamsah, the 5 verbs. What does that mean? The 5 verbs refer to present tense verbs that have one of the following suffixes attached to it. It could have waw al-Jama'a, the plural waw, alif al-Ithnain, the dual alif, or ya al-Mukhataba, the second person feminine ya. All of these are suffixes, which means they are added to the end of the verb. Waw al-Jama'a, or the plural waw, the suffix is waw noon. Alif al-Ithnain, the dual alif, is alif noon. Ya al-Mukhataba, the second person feminine ya, is ya noon. These are the suffixes used for each one. So we're going to go back to our verb root, fa'ala, he did. And these are the present tense letters with the pronouns that we did not talk about. We have ya, which refers to the third person, which means that we are talking about someone or some people that are not here. They are not present in our conversation. So we refer to them as they, whether this be dual or plural. We have the prefix ta, which refers to the second person, which means we are talking to someone present. And our pronouns that we did not explain are you, feminine form, dual form, and plural form. We're going to start off with the suffix waw al-Jama'a. From the name, it is called the plural waw, meaning it refers to plurals. The plural pronouns we have in this table are they, hum, and antum. We'll start off with the pronoun they, hum. We add the suffix waw noon and have the prefix ya. And in between, we are going to put our verb. So since our verb is fa'ala, to say they are doing, we would say yaf'alun. We have both a prefix and a suffix. And if we were to say antum, you, in the plural form, the suffix is also waw noon, but the prefix is going to be ta. So the verb becomes taf'alun, you are doing. Moving on to alif al-Ithnain, the dual alif. Dual, that means two. In our table of pronouns, we have huma, they, and antuma, you, both referring to two people. The suffix we are going to be adding is alif noon, and our prefix for they is ya. So our verb becomes yaf'alan, they are doing. And if we do antuma, you two are doing, we add the suffix alif noon, but with the prefix ta, taf'alan, you are doing. And lastly, we have ya al-Mukhataba, the second person feminine ya. Our remaining pronoun is you, anti, when referring to a female. The prefix is ta, and the suffix will be ya noon. Add it to our verb, and it becomes taf'alin, you are doing. The reason why these are called al-Af'al al-Khamsah, or the 5 verbs, is because these present tense verbs refer to 5 pronouns. They, dual and plural, and you, feminine, dual, and plural. So this was us adding these suffixes and prefixes to the verb فعل. But in order to make sure that we really know what we're doing, I want to do this again with another verb. This time the verb will be كتب. He wrote. Starting off with they, the plural form, or hum, we add the prefix ya and the suffix واو نون. The verb becomes يكتبون. As for they, the dual form, we will add alif noon for our suffix, and it becomes يكتبان. The feminine form of you, the prefix is ta, and the suffix ya noon. تكتبين. You are writing. You dual form will be تكتبان. And for the plural form, it will be تكتبون. Now for a few examples using the present tense of verbs. We have the sentence أغسل يدي. I am washing my hands. The verb is in red, and it refers to I because it starts with the present tense letter alif. أغسل يدي. Our next example, أنتِ تكذبين. You are lying. We are talking to a female because we are using the feminine form of you, أنتِ. This pronoun is one of the 5 verbs, so it has a prefix and a suffix. أحمد يجلس فوق الكرسي. Ahmed is sitting on the chair. Our verb يجلس is referring to the pronoun he. He is sitting. It has the prefix ya, and also from the sentence we can tell that Ahmed is a boy. Those were some examples of present tense actions occurring in the moment. Some examples for habitual actions, that is, actions that occur regularly or repeatedly, we have the following examples. المسلمون يصومون رمضان. Muslims fast Ramadan. This is a thing that occurs every year during the month of Ramadan. The Muslims will fast from sunrise to sunset. So this action is repeated, or it is a habitual action. أسعى للنجاح. I strive for success. I am always striving for success. It's not something I'm doing right now. It's something that is continuously done. يلعب الأطفال الكرة يوم الخميس. The children play ball on Thursdays. This is something that occurs every week, every Thursday. It is a habitual action. So we're done explaining the present tense, or الفعل المضارع. We're going to have a short quiz. Our first question is going to be أذاكر الدرس. Our verb is in red, and it is derived from the verb ذاكر. He studied. الدرس means the lesson. So the question is, who is studying? Take a moment to pause and think, and if you need more time, feel free to pause the video. I will be explaining and answering shortly. We can see that the verb has been added to a prefix, and this prefix is the letter alif. The letter alif refers to the pronoun I or أنا, so the sentence means I am studying the lesson. Our second question, يأكلون الطعام. Our verb يأكلون is derived from أكل. He ate. And the الطعام means the food. So the question is, who is eating? Again, take a moment to ponder and think what the answer is. If you need more time, feel free to pause. We can see that the verb has a suffix to it, And this suffix is واو الجماعة, the plural wow. If we recall the table of the 5 verbs, we can see that واو الجماعة is added to they in the plural form and you in the plural form. In order to know which pronoun we are referring to, we see the prefix. Here the prefix is ya. So that means we are saying they are eating. And our pronoun is they or hum. Our final question is going to be a little bit different. We have the verb jalasa. This is the past tense of the verb sit, meaning sat. What I want you to do is take this verb and say, we are sitting. Okay, in order to do so, we must recall the present tense letters, or حروف المضارعة. We want to refer to the pronoun we, so we will be using the letter noon. We add this to our verb, and it becomes najlis. We are sitting. And that's it for our lesson on the present tense verbs.